Hey everybody, my name's Adam. I'm skipping the intro because, well, this is kind of like a sociological video on the comic book industry nowadays. Well, like how they're going really, like say Marvel's going really hard with their partisan politics and stuff like that. It's basically like this is a thing. Like they're gatekeeping. Like it's like, oh yeah, if you do this, this, or this, you're labeled this. And like for people that don't want to be labeled, they sure have a lot of labels. And say if you speak up against like a guy with integrity and there's a really good dude, John Mallon. Which hell, he spoke up against SJWs and he was basically thrown out of the exclusive club that these people, like the people at Marvel are making it. They've made the comics, and like their side of the comics industry into a Mean Girls club. While they're, while they can label somebody else anything they want, like a racist, sexist, misogynistic, bigot, transphobic, homophobic, if you don't like what they've done to a character. And the whole thing is, everyone's like, oh, look, our virtue signaling, and say if, somebody slips up or something, they automatically, go after them like a rabid pack of dogs. Or, like a bunch of sharks. And there's blood in the water because of it. Or the field, like they eat each other. They cannibalize, like their whole movement on their whole political message. Which is a very Orwellian state of mind. And the thing that suffers the most is the art of storytelling by injecting politics in it. That'd be like somebody doing a far extreme radical right comic book. Interjecting their political bias and viewpoints and going way, way, way deep out there in the thing. And, like the story, like the craft of the story of itself, which basically, like annihilates any interest and alienates a bunch of people. And I thought the, like, far extreme radical left was all for diversity and inclusion. Doesn't turn out like that. It's, like, they accuse other people of wrongthink, and the whole thing is, that's very Orwellian. See, the far left wants freedom, anarchy, and communism. And, their books, their stories, and stuff like that. But no, it's not like that. That's why. And, there's individuals like Tess Fowler that has been, I covered it in an earlier video, of all her crimes. And, basically her fall from the industry. I think she's basically blacklisted out of it because of, the exposure of, what she's done. as a, you know, like, really horrible person, scamming people, you know, like, and all that kind of shit, you know, like being a fraud and not having any legal ramifications, just walking away being like, haha, I fucking fooled everyone, basically. That's the way it went down. Then, you know, like, you have all these people at Marvel that are like, except for Charles Scholl, he's only just probably middle of the road, normal Democrat that was like secret. It's like, yeah, I'm just a normal guy, not this. And he tries to sell his work too through merit. Like sometimes, yeah, it gets a little bit SJWy, but he's just trying to, you know, like fit in with the Shark Pack. And he was telling, you know, like other artists to be subversive at a meeting. Which means, yeah, you're just a normal dude. He's just probably basically a normal dude caught in a fucking loony bin. Basically, that's how Marvel is ran. Like, it's like the inmates run the asylum nowadays. That's why I'm sticking to DC, because everybody there actually cares about the characters, knows the characters, and Jim Lee has some quality control. Like at Marvel, the editorial has no quality control. It's like, who the fuck edited it? Did they just like get drunk all weekend and just like fucking send it in so it'll be out on the presses next month? Like, that's a valid question to ask somebody. It's like, who the fuck edited this? Nobody. You know, like from, you know, like shoddy, choppy artwork to lackluster storytelling. DC, they have people that built their career off of merit. You know, like they actually are pretty good, are good writers. You know, like some of them are hit and miss, but you know, like when they miss, it's not the worst thing you've read. It's more like, you know, it's okay. Then when they hit, they knock it off of the park. Marvel, you know, like, it's lower than mediocre, and, you know, like with the writing, the craft of the storytelling. And it is lower than mediocre. And, you know, like, when they miss the mark, you just, oh god, you just look at it and I'm like, this company is a dumpster fire. And, you know, like, all these individuals that work at Marvel, they're, you know, like all the, you know, like assistant editors, you know, like the young women editors that work there and stuff like that, they've turned comic books into basically a Mean Girls club. Whew. See, that's why I enjoy DC a lot more, because they can tell a coherent narrative. I could see, you know, like, whew. I just hope they don't have a crossover, because, oh my god, that'd be horrible. By the Marvel writers, I'm like, nope. DC would be like, that didn't happen. Go away, Marvel. Because I think, and, you know, like, and if, you know, like, the decline in sales, you know, like the, you know, like, really bad narrative choices of the storytelling decisions they have, the company will probably start imploding like Channel Awesome did, which I did cover. See, you know, like, and nobody's perfect, and I'm not the judge or anything, but man, like, you've got to, like, look at, be an outsider looking in to see this, because Marvel's basically the Mean Girls Club of comics on how it's run. Because you know, like, and you got to be forced to march in the line, you know, like just go with the flow and just not, you know, like stand out or just be it. And you know, like these people are saying they're so defiant, so cool, so hip, so awesome, so radical about it, and they don't, you know, like they have no clue what an allegory is, you know, like if they're trying to get a point across. No, they just want to shove shit in your face, basically. And that's the sad truth about, you know, like the suffering of narrative storytelling at Marvel. DC, cohesive narrative, everything is basically tying in together in some way, somehow. And then Marvel has events where everything's stupid and it doesn't resolve anything. Too, you know, like, wow. This is the most realist critique of a corporation I've ever did. Holy crap. Oh man, wow. And the whole thing about the narrative, you know, like the lackluster storytelling, and you know, like everything is with people's politics pushed in, their personal politics interjected in the stories, being pushed right into their face, you know, like, and you know, like just not even having a fair balanced story. They attack the other side that's opposing all the time. And the characters at Marvel don't stand for anything, and they're, you know, like, have a lot of moral relativity in the storytelling. Where, you know, like, yeah, the heroes don't really seem like heroes and don't stand like anything, but the villains seem more like heroes than the heroes do. So, is Marvel pushing supervillains? Probably, you know, like, yeah, because of the morally relative, you know, like actions of the characters, you know, like which are questionable at some times, and you know, like they commit acts of evil, and you know, like they have, all of them seem like a bunch of sociopaths too in the comics. Like, what? Well, what I say is right, what I'm doing is right. If you don't like it, you're wrong, and I'm going to hit you. You know, it's kind of like a very childish, unreasonable way to deal with problems. Like, you can't basically punch your problems in the face. You can talk rationally, use your opinions, and debate it. Not just straight up attack like, oh my god, there's a bunch of right-wingers! Let's attack them! Go shitty characters that nobody cares about! Like, that kind of fucking stuff. In the books, because, yeah. And that's why I dropped Marvel, and, you know, like diversity in comics. My hero, Douglas Ernst, covered this, so, you know, like, I look up to him and stuff like that. Yeah, he's a hero of mine. And I just had to, like, talk about this and add my perspective into it. About, like the craft narrative and, like how, comic books have basically become a club and shit like that. That's the way I had to just put my 2 cents in. And I agree with them. It turned it, like Marvel has turned into the Mean Girls Club. Where nobody gives a shit about the characters, doesn't know them, throw some random jack-off on a book to destroy the character, like interject their politics, like, it's pretty fucked. And well, until next time, be safe out there. I am signing off. And I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, you can subscribe, comment. I don't care if you're just throwing some troll shit at me or whatnot, or or being positive in the comments. A comment counts. And I don't give a shit about likes either. You should already know about that. Yes, I'm a down-to-earth guy. And until next time, I'll catch you. And this guy wants pets. My God. And in 4 videos, I'll have my 175th thing. Maybe I'll do an hour live stream if everybody's nice and good out there on Monday. My day off. And it'll be in Eastern Standard Time after my 175th video. Because that's kind of like a milestone for me, honestly. Well, until next time, I will see you around. And I'm signing off.